What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and today Apple finally released the final public version of iOS 11.1 after 5 betas and even after releasing the first beta of iOS 11.2. So in this video we're going to be recapping what's new in iOS 11.1 and whether or not you should update. So first of all, you can see that the update came in at just 323 megabytes here on my iPhone 8, which did come from 11.0.3. So a very small update, and you can see it even shows what's new here as well. It shows iOS 11.1 introduces over 70 new emoji and includes bug fixes and improvements. Now of course there are more features and changes than that, but that's just what they show right there as being the main feature of iOS 11.1. So anyways, if we go out and go into our settings, go to General, About, and look at the build number, you can see that the build number right there is the exact same as iOS 11.1 Beta 5, which is 15B93. So if you have Beta 5 installed, you are on the GM build, the final build. You don't need to do anything. You won't even get this update. So let's go back now and talk about some of the changes here in iOS 11.1. So the very first thing, of course, again, is going to be the 70 plus new emojis. You can see right here we have like the star face, we have the mind blown, we have the cursing face right there. There's just a lot of new emojis they're going to kind of have to play around with in iOS to figure out, all of them. There's a ton of them right there. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them and be able to tell you exactly which ones are different, but there are a lot of new emojis. You can see that's a new one right there as well. So if you want to make sure that you're seeing all your friends' emojis when you text back and forth, you definitely want to update to 11.1 and make sure they are as well. So aside from the emojis, we also have the 3D Touch Multitasking, which did make its return right here. So you can see if we just go ahead and tap and hold right there, we get the 3D Touch Multitasking right there. And I like doing it like this as well, just going in and out of applications really quickly to the last application that was open. Very convenient. This was taken out in iOS 11, but it was brought back with 11.1. So if you use that a lot, or if you did use that a lot, you're definitely going to want to update to iOS 11.1 to get 3D Touch Multitasking back. Now speaking of 3D Touch, the 3D Touch Stutter has also been fixed with 11.1. So this is something that's been going on throughout iOS 11 since the very first iteration of iOS 11 beta. We have had 3D Touch Stutter on every 3D Touch compatible device, but with 11.1 it has been fixed, and now the 3D Touch is completely smooth and there is no stutter. And overall the animations are just a little bit quicker and a little bit different than they were on 11.0.3. And then if we go to Safari and go down to the bottom of a web page and then tap the top left of the status bar to go to the top, you're going to notice that there's a new animation right there, a lot smoother than it was ever before in iOS. I'll just show you this one more time. So if we go and tap the top of the status bar, you can see that the animation kind of just slows down as it approaches the top. It's really smooth, really nice. Another new feature in 11.1 is if you go into the reachability mode right here, while you're inside of an application, you're going to notice in the background right there, we also have blurred app icons now instead of just a blurred background like it used to be. So that's a little nice touch here in 11.1. And if we go to our assistive touch right here, you're going to notice that we have custom actions now here in 11.1, which were not here previously in iOS 11. And if we go ahead and enable assistive touch right here, you're going to notice that the menu is now relative. It now shows up relative to where the button is. Instead of always showing up in the middle, it now shows up relative to wherever the button is positioned on your screen, which is really nice. So if you're a big assistive touch user, you're definitely going to want to update to 11.1 because there's some great improvements to it. There's also a new sound alert when you get down to 10% battery, and just a lot of other small minor changes and bug fixes in 11.1, but those are pretty much the main ones that you guys would care about. Now one major bug that does still exist in iOS 11.1 that was actually fixed in 11.2 beta 1 is the calculator input lag. So basically if you go like 5 plus 5 plus 5, you're going to notice how it doesn't register that last 5 right there because you're pressing it so fast. So if we go again, 5 plus 5 plus 5, you can see that it doesn't register that last plus and it shows 55 instead. And this works with any numbers. And again, this is very annoying, especially if you're a student and you use the calculator application a lot. So definitely something to keep note of. And again, this was just recently fixed in iOS 11.2 beta 1. So when 11.2 comes out, you're definitely going to want to update, or you can go ahead and update to the beta right now. Now, as for the battery life in iOS 11.1, it has been better than iOS 11.0.3 for me, but once again, this is going to completely depend on your device and how you use your device, just your daily usage. But for me, in terms of battery, iOS 11.1 was noticeably better than 11.0.3. So overall, should you install iOS 11.1 on your device? And I say, unless you're still on iOS 10, there's really no reason not to update to iOS 11.1, so I say yes. I mean, the new emojis, 3D Touch Multitasking, the 3D Touch Stutter has been fixed, and better battery life should make it a pretty easy decision to update. But anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Are you on iOS 11.1? Are you updating to iOS 11.1? Let me know your current situation with your iPhone in the comment section down below. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Also make sure to subscribe for a lot more iOS 11 coverage. I also have a lot of iPhone 10 coverage coming very soon as well, so make sure to subscribe for all of that. But anyways guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.